an important day in the life of the university, a day to celebrate the success of our graduates. It gives me great pleasure to welcome you to this ceremony and to formally declare this congregation of the university open. Please be seated.
Chancellor, distinguished guests, ladies, gentlemen, and graduates. As Vice-Chancellor of the University of Portsmouth, it is a great privilege to welcome all of you to Portsmouth, whether you know our great city or are coming here for the first time. I am honoured to be sharing this important occasion with you, our graduates, and with your families and friends. On behalf of all the staff at the university and our visitors here today, I would like to congratulate all of our graduates on your well-deserved achievement. The fact that you're at this ceremony demonstrates your capacity for learning, growing, and giving. I continue to be amazed at your energy for learning beyond the boundaries of your chosen studies, for growing into outstanding professionals with knowledge and integrity, and for giving your time to make a difference to those around you. I am immensely proud of your achievements, as you should be also. It is an amazing fact that 2,500 of our students were active this year in volunteering, from helping children learn to read, through supporting residents in dementia care homes, to supporting the homeless. Our students give a tremendous amount to this community. I cannot thank you enough for your commitment to your studies and your broader development as worthy citizens. As we are all too aware, we are living through a period of tremendous uncertainty. Soon, the UK will leave the European Union, and whenever one thinks of this, it will lead to significant change. In the US, in fact, in the UK this week, Donald Trump is, well, doing things differently, let's say. And collectively, we are a long way from making the changes that are needed to mitigate the effects of climate change, or think about the significant social implications of technological change. In the face of all of this, there is no doubt that we do face unprecedented change. With social unrest and instability around the world, and within our own UK Parliament, becoming something that we accept as the norm. It would be so easy to be pessimistic. And then a day like today comes along and I see passionate, highly skilled and educated people such as you, full of ideas, ready and prepared to reshape our world. Seeing you graduate today is a tremendous feeling and a welcome reminder that our future is in good hands. Of course, that does not mean that your future journeys are going to be easy, but what is clear is that the demand for the kind of skills you have developed continues to grow. Since 2010, more than 2 million new jobs have been created in the UK. Around 2/3 of these jobs have been in highly skilled professions. We believe it is the university's core purpose to prepare our students for their future work and careers. Indeed, at Portsmouth, we like to think we are creating a new breed of university, one where learning is rooted in the real world, one which prepares you to make a success of whatever path you choose to follow. Our various accolades and rankings make this point, as I hope does your own experience of your time here. We also pride ourselves on producing research that can change lives. There is a good chance that you have heard about the discovery of a new enzyme which breaks down plastic by a team including our own Professor John McGeehan and PhD student Harry Austin. After all, their discovery has been featured in over 2 billion media stories around the world, and for good reason. Their ongoing work has the potential to solve the world's plastic pollution crisis. There are many more researchers here making a significant difference addressing serious challenges. Professor Mike Tipton's work on drowning has led to the development of new techniques and technologies which may well be saving a life somewhere in the world as I speak, and might one day save your life. There's also Professor Tasmin Bradley and her team who are using data to show governments how to reduce violence in the lives of women in the developing world. You should feel confident that you are graduating from a university recognized as part of the modern global elite of universities. But please remember that in graduating today, you are part of a privileged minority that has had the advantages of a university education. With that privilege comes responsibility. Please reflect upon your obligations as graduates of our university. You are trustees of the skills and abilities you have developed. I urge you to use your talents to help enrich society and to make a difference for the benefit of others. Raise aspirations among all those you encounter and set an example in behaviour and achievement that others will seek to follow. You have lived in a diverse environment during your time with the university. Take that appreciation of difference and culture and friendship with you in all that you do. As you too think about achieving your greatest ambitions, think about the exceptional team you have around you. You've had the support of the university community all through your time here. Our excellent staff have provided a supportive environment in which you have learnt, lived, and flourished. Your fellow students have no doubt lifted you through the tough times and celebrated with you in the good times and will remain lifelong friends. And of course, those closest to you will have been your most important team. Parents, partners, children, wider family and friends all have helped by providing encouragement, a shoulder to cry on, a listening ear. But most of all, they will have kept faith in you and willed you to succeed. I think it's appropriate that you, our graduates, should stand up and with a warm round of applause and some cheering, join me in thanking your family and friends who are here today. Please stand up. Now, honestly, that's just not loud and good enough. They did much better at this morning's ceremony. I think a proper cheer and thanks is necessary. Come on, a big cheer and thanks. That's better. Thank you, that was much better. Thank you. The university has been part of your team, supporting you throughout your time here, and we'd like to remain part of your team in the future. We want you to be successful because your successes and achievements will reflect well upon the university. And of course, the success of the university reflects well upon you. You are the first cohort of graduates who will be asked to take part in what is called the Graduate Outcome Survey. At some point in the next 2 years, you will be contacted and asked questions about your career path since leaving us. Please do engage with this survey. We always strive to improve, and this survey will give us vital information so we continue to do this. We hope and expect that today is just the beginning of a lifelong relationship with your university as members of an international community of Portsmouth graduates. Please make use of our excellent alumni association and keep in touch as you continue your journey through life. We want to know where you go next, as you will be the future leaders, thinkers, creators, and innovators. Be a force for positive change within a world that desperately needs your talents. And when you are successful, please come back to visit us and be part of our elite team supporting future generations of Portsmouth students. I urge you to live by the values of your university in all that you do. Be responsible, be open, be ambitious, and never settle for second best. I congratulate you on your awards and wish you every success for your future. Thank you. Now, of course, the main purpose of today and the part that we are all looking forward to is the graduation of our students. But before we begin that process, there are some formal words that the academic registrar and the Chancellor have to say to officially confirm that everyone who is graduating has a right to do so.
Chancellor, as Academic Registrar, I confirm that those presented at this ceremony have successfully completed their studies and have satisfied all conditions and requirements of the University.
By the authority of the University, I confirm that all those who are duly qualified are hereby admitted to the awards for which they are presented.
Chancellor, I present to you the following successful candidates from the Faculty of Creative and Cultural Industries. For the award of Master of Arts in Interior Design, Ashley Hayden. Leisha Kachuk. With distinction, Eva Shadek Jatt. Georgina Trivett. For the Master of Arts in Sustainable Architecture, Maliha Emin. For the Master of Arts in Urban Design, Abir Garada. Jai Cheng Zhao. For the Master of Science in Historic Building Conservation, Eki Halkin. Imka Stoffin. Doctor of Philosophy for a programme of research in Utzon Travel Thinking Making, Travel Studies as a Site for Creative Critical Formation in Architecture, Linke Norskov Eriksson. For the award of Master of Arts in Design for Digital Media, Joey Yin. For Master of Arts in Graphic Design, with distinction, Max Everard Batchelor. With distinction and with the University of Portsmouth Art Collection Award, Lawrence Gostick. With distinction, Harry Lewis Earlham. With distinction, Dorsa Padari. Nikolaos Providakis. Connor Steele. Madalena Timofte. For Master of Arts in Illustration, Rachel Brain. Ellie Cheetle. Sam Grimes. Luke Milne. With distinction and with the University of Portsmouth Art Collection Award, Caroline Misselbrook. With distinction, Sveta Petrova. With distinction, Jonathan Scott. For Master of Arts in Photography, with distinction and with the School of Art and Design MA Student Achievement Award, Krasimira Butsveva. For the award of Master of Science in Computer Animation, Vivi McCartus. With distinction, William Tullock. For Master of Science in Computer Games Technology, Michaela Charlton. With distinction, Mark Cook. Ashton Philip Ken Sherpa. Master of Science in Digital Media, Kun Lu. For Master of Science in Film and Television, Rita Anastasia Namaganda. Matthew Tiller. For Master of Science in Mobile Media Applications, Angus McCallum. For Master of Science in Music Technology, with distinction, Cleo Collier-Greer. Harry Turner. For the award of Master of Arts in Creative Writing, Jessica Allen. Georgia Ash. With distinction, Hebe Bailey. With distinction, Linda Butler. Nicholas Holden. Jay Neville. Olivia Newman. Joe Oram. Madeline Watson. For the Master of Arts in Fashion and Textile, Paula Savage. For Master of Arts in Media and Communication, Jack Hopkins. Laura Seeley. Senmiel Senlong. Adam Smith. For Master of Research in Theatre Performance, Alexandra Britton. Megan Rutledge. This concludes the presentation of students from the Faculty of Creative and Cultural Industries.
Chancellor, I present to you the following successful candidates from the Schools of Biology and from the School of Pharmacy and Biomedical Sciences. For the award of Master of Research in Science, with distinction, Elizabeth Barnes. With distinction, Matthew Bryan. With distinction, Elijah Chowdhury. With distinction, Rhys Dunphy. Patricia Easterby. With distinction, Evelina Kirilliti. With distinction, Alexander Lai Man Chung. With distinction, Rachel Locke. With distinction, Laura Marcella. With distinction, Matthias Meyer. David Price. With distinction, Elliot Puttock. With distinction, Rachel Roberts. With distinction, Hannah Seeley. With distinction, Tom Shakespeare. With distinction, Lauren Smith. With distinction, Bailey Spellman. With distinction, Louise Townsend. For Master of Science in Applied Aquatic Biology, with distinction, Edward Bignall. Bernice Hyatt. With distinction, Emma Johnson. Tom Kendall. Molly Knight. Ellis Maloney. With distinction, Callum Morris. Luke Slade. With distinction, Alice Walsh. For Master of Philosophy, for a programme of research in Development of a Synthetic Post-Transcriptional Switch, Thomas Caddick. For a programme of research in the characterisation of a novel glycoside hydrolase from the freshwater crustacean Daphnia pulex, Ali Ibrahim. For Doctor of Philosophy, for a programme of research in the anatomical and molecular characterisation of vascular ingression in the embryonic vertebrate brain, Amanda Caller. For a programme of research in the biological effects of ionising radiation on crustaceans, combining lab and field studies, Neil Fuller. for a programme of research in the sublethal impacts of wastewater effluent and its components on Gammarus pulex, Adrian Love. For a programme of research in investigating the coexistence of fiddler crabs in the Wakatobi Marine National Park, Indonesia, Laura Mishi. For a programme of research in the biochemical and biophysical analysis of DNA ligase activity and inhibition, Arkam Alamari. For Master of Research in Science, with distinction, Francesca Golding. Cameron Mudd. With distinction, Hannah Prentice. For Master of Science in Biomedicine, with distinction, Praveen Abraham. Louise Bow. With distinction, Abraham Botros. Amy Branch Hollis. With distinction, Sarah Budge. Fadil Hassan. Kieran Jawade. With distinction, Amy Jones. Huma Mahmood. Anna Marie Ortega. With distinction, Parika Sunawar. Grover Cleveland Willis IV. For Master of Science in Pharmacovigilance, with distinction, Joanne Holly. Dania Shamil. For Doctor of Philosophy, for a programme of research in DMD gene mutations called cell autonomous alterations in macrophages, Natalia Chira. For a programme of research in developing a urine-based biomarker profile to determine the onset and development of overactive bladder, enabling earlier and more effective treatment, Sepanud Firzmand. For a programme of research in better tools for investigative monitoring under the Water Framework Directive, Anthony Gravel. For a programme of research in long-scale molecular dynamic simulations of cyclic peptide hormones, vasopressin, urotensin, and analogues, Elke Hansel. For a programme of research in an investigation of M-Farm student study habits and an evaluation of mentoring and the peer-assisted learning programme at the University of Portsmouth, Helen Hull. For a programme of research in molecular and functional characterisation of the locus coeruleus in a mouse model of Alzheimer's disease, Louise Kelly. For a programme of research in peptide nanomaterials as targeted endocrine therapies for glioblastoma, Diana Moretta Light. For a programme of research in an in vitro study of the biological actions of a Chinese herbal formula on selected hematological and vascular processes, related to endometrial receptivity, Rebecca O'Cleary. This concludes the presentation to students from the Schools of Biology and of Pharmacy and Biomedical Sciences.
Chancellor, I present to you the following successful candidates from the Departments of Psychology and of Sport and Exercise Science. For the award of Master of Research in Science, Psychology, with distinction, Violet Burek. With distinction, Craig Gibbs. With distinction, Eleanor Scott Allen. For the Master of Science in Child Forensic Studies, Psychology and Law, Paula Bradbury. Megan Davies. With distinction, and with the MSc Child Forensic Studies Psychology and Law Prize for the Best All-Round Student, and with the Ray Bull Prize for Outstanding Research Project, Astrid Dawes. With the Ray Bull Prize for Outstanding Research Project, Kate Gurry. With the Ray Bull Prize for Outstanding Research Project, Kay Kendall. Tracy Ledder. Alison McCullough. Mary Stern. For Master of Science in Forensic Psychology, Samantha Atkinson. Layla Clayton. Francesca Clements. Carla Coppendale. Abby Edney. Mariana Fader. With distinction, Emily Gabler. With the prize for the outstanding contribution to the psychology postgraduate community, Sarah George. With distinction, Samantha Harris. With distinction, Stefana Junki. Cheyenne May. Natalie Moore. With distinction, awarded posthumously, Roxana Negri. With distinction, Kirsten Pady. With distinction, and with the Elizabeth Loftus Prize for Outstanding Research Project, Jennifer Parr. Sophie Smith. With distinction, Rebecca Williams. For Master of Science in Psychology and Learning Disability, with distinction, and with the MSc Psychology and Learning Disability Prize for the Best All-Round Student, and with the Carl Nuncusing Prize for Outstanding Research Project, Olivia Barber. Poppy German. Eloise Prouting. For Master of Research in Science, Department of Sports and Exercise Science, with distinction, Matthew Blanford. For Master of Science in Clinical Exercise Science, Maria Christina Dimitriou. With distinction and with the outstanding academic achievement, highest MSc overall grade, Adrian Faulty. Richard Herrigan. Nafsika Karache. Charlotte Keenan. With distinction and with the best MSc project grade, George Kostakis. Katarzyna Lwowska. With the Dr. Alex Milligan Memorial Award, Outstanding Master's Contribution, Matthew Mose. Eloise Moller. With distinction, Amy O'Connor. Emma Ritchie. Amy Stenson. Sam Tyso. Josh Wolford. Heidi Zamela. For an MA in Media and Communications, Megan Wilson. For Master of Science in Sport and Exercise Psychology, Terry Louise Barnett. Matt Cheeseborough. Patrick Clark. Bethany Fitzgibbon. Alexandra Powell. Barnaby Wren. For Master of Science in Sports Management, with distinction, Emma Jane Boucher. Samuel Davey. Billy Dickinson. With distinction, Nicholas Foster. Micah Mola. Aaron Muller. Orestis Polysopoulos. Bradley Taylor. For Master of Science in Sports Performance, Yanis Engelakos. Billy Mager. Sam Percival. This concludes the presentation of students from the Departments of Psychology and Sports and Exercise Science.
Chancellor, I present to you the following successful candidates from the Department of Geography and the Schools of Environmental and Earth Sciences and of Health Sciences and Social Work. For the award of Master of Research in Science, with distinction, Catherine Brailsford. With distinction, Chrissa Brown. With distinction, Kat Hudson. With distinction, April Moores. With distinction, Sam Pittman. For Master of Science in Coastal and Marine Resource Management, with distinction, Elizabeth Inwards. Jessica James. Regina Johansson Riende. With distinction, Liam Mathieu. Chloe Elwood. With distinction, Alan Noble. Elizabeth Rowlands. With distinction, Paul Sands. Emma Thwaites. For Master of Science in Geographical Information Systems, Julia Hames. Rebecca Lord. With distinction, Katie McIntyre. Yanis Manios. With distinction, Amy McLean. With distinction, Hugh Morley. Arthur Mubaiwa. Rosie Nichol. Sanjay Raya. With distinction, Timothy Watts. Caputo Zulu. For Doctor of Philosophy, for a programme of research in data-driven performance assessments for river channel restoration schemes, Jennifer Cox. For a programme of research in a critical evaluative inquiry of the community-based management model and alternative approaches for sustainable rural water management, Marie Vandenbroek. For a programme of research in a Twitter-based study on the reach of a smoking cessation organisation and the social meaning of smoking, Cornelia van Diepen. For Master of Research in Science, Gemma Potts. For Master of Science in Crisis and Disaster Management, Elena Abraham. With distinction, Katie Acton. With distinction, Kieran Chapman. Lucy Dybel. With distinction, and with the Worshipful Company of Firefighters Postgraduate Prize, Catherine Haggerty. Nicola Haler. Harriet Hill. Robert Holness. Beverly Humphrey. Nadia Katabi. With distinction, Christopher Lish. Douglas Lyle. Joseph Miller. Misha Misri. With distinction, Maria Miyazaki. With distinction, Harriet Richards. With distinction, Harry Whitehorn. Aisha Yildiz. With distinction, Caroline Yormasol. For Master of Science in Engineering Geology, Kenye Abu. Alexander Anderson. William Asiyama Biko. Tina Burton. George Clifton. James Croydon. James Dudley. Jack Finch. Christian Grant Jones. Alex Horsford. Simon Hunt. With distinction, Jane Kelsey. Stuart Kitely. With distinction, Felix King. With distinction, Susanna Lednarova. Abil Lee. Farirai Madondo. Lloyd Macondore. David Mason. With distinction, Jordan Millman. Amy Parkinson. Claire Prosser. Ian Reid. Chris Roberts. Timothy Stempt. With distinction, Carl Sullivan. Catherine Timke. With distinction, Grace Wadsworth. For Master of Science in Environmental Geology and Contamination, with distinction, Catherine Gatfield. Francesca Hammond. Chiruma Manana Belima Nwankwo. Jacqueline Panzer. Samuel Thomas. For Master of Science in Geological and Environmental Hazards, Danielle Adcock. With distinction, Sunny Bailey. Malcolm Belinge Jones. David Burden. Samuel Capon. With distinction, Laura Carlisle. Alex De La Paz. Siobhan Dolan. Emily Murray Farugia. Chen Gong. With distinction, Leah Hayward. With distinction, Helena Hoffman. With distinction, and with the MSc Geological and Environmental Hazards Student Prize, Rachel Louise Hunt. Nicola Kimber. Michael Mixon. With distinction, Will Moody. With distinction, Katie Odia. With distinction, Sarah Osman. With distinction, Eleanor Putch. Mykola Sadler. Ellen Scott. Kristin Sweeney. Georgie Watson. Debbie White. For Master of Philosophy, for a programme of research in the blight impact of urban landslides on house prices, case studies from England and Wales 1995 to 2012, William Disbury. For Doctor of Philosophy, for a programme of research in landslide inventories for risk assessment in a World Heritage Site, a case study of Lulworth Cove, United Kingdom, Malika Nilorm. For a programme of research in meeting the challenges of flood risk assessment in data-poor developing countries, with particular reference to flood risk management in Lagos, Nigeria, Ugona Nunkwunonwo. For postgraduate certificate in systematic reviews in health, Fari Mashumba. With distinction, Rebecca Rowe. For Master of Research in Science, Anthony Brooks. Chloe Jordan. For Master of Science in Social Work, Dora Annan Jackson. With distinction, Nicholas Barnard. With the Social Work Inclusion Group Memorial Prize, Olivia Begley. Hannah Duffy. Emily Held. Claire Hobson. Rebecca Keane. Andrea Mark. Gloria Mensah. Nicola Phillips. Kate Stoneman. Caroline Story. Carrie Taylor. Sophie Wensley. Damilola Aramola. Muni Yaradzi Nunnunu. For Professional Doctorate in Health Science, for an approved topic of professional research and development in The Mirror Cracked, an illuminative evaluation of the use and relevance of reflection in undergraduate dental care professionals' education, Joanne Brindley. For an approved topic of professional research and development in an in-depth exploration of an aphasia care pathway, Lynn Dangerfield.
So you have the right student, but the wrong topic, so please read this topic. The name is correct.
For an approved topic of research and development in an exploration of the concepts of compassion in the care of older people amongst key stakeholders in nursing education, pre-qualifying nursing students, nurse educators, and clinical mentors, a qualitative study, Sanj Nathu. For Doctor of Philosophy, for a program of research in Understanding Dementia among the Bangladeshi community in England, Mohammed Hossain. This concludes the presentation of students from the Department of Geography and the Schools of Environmental and Earth Sciences and of Health Sciences and Social Work.
Chancellor, I present to you the following successful candidates from the Institute of Criminal Justice Studies. For the award of Master of Science in Counter-Fraud and Counter-Corruption Studies, Elizabeth Marjorie Barry. Connor Carhill. Hypatia Katiana. Jane Clark. Matt Curtis. Moses Finesh. Arthur Hon. Malgorzata Hussain. Mark Morris. Terry Newton. With distinction, Natalie Nova. Mao Apong. Sean Parker. Jürgen Pavanello. Andrew Robinson. Christian Siberi. Bradley Smith. With distinction, Scott Tailby. Tabitha Vidal. Daisy White Smith. For the Masters of Science in Crime Science, Investigation and Intelligence, Philippa Joanne Bremer. Kayla Coles. Ivor Cook. Rebecca Emily Dawn. Martino Ferrari. Alexandra Florescu. Charlie Hill. With distinction, Liz Hutchins. Lucinda King. William Mason. Tony Moore. Chris Nottingham. Nikki Orthodoxadou. Isabel Parry. Jörg Pfeiffer. With distinction, Kerry Thomas. With distinction, Erica Valberg. Natasha Williams. Liz Wright. For the Master of Science in Criminology and Criminal Justice, Jennifer Beadle. With distinction, Claudia Christian Schneider. Kirsty Clark. Lauren Evans. Victoria Jane. With distinction, Jen Job. With distinction, Ashton Kingdon. Catherine Chingman Lam. Tracy Lovegrove. Antonios Malis. Sean Newland. Katie Nolan. Lloyd Pascal. Matt Price. Aishat Salami. Catherine Sibley. Tyaja Vijay. For the Master of Science in Criminology and Criminal Psychology, Jade Baker-Smith. Victoria Bingham. Jasmine Bowden. With distinction, Simo Na Chobe Taru. Amber Clark. James Craneham. Kelsey Foster. With distinction, Catherine Goldsmith. Kerry Jones. Saria Joseph. With distinction, Laura King. Rachel Mather. Jennifer Palmer. Megan Price. Marine Siddiqa Qureshi. With distinction, Eva Rivers. Lisa Shepherd. Eduardo Tolles. Magali van Koffenberg. With distinction, Jasmine Vaughan. For the Masters of Science in International Criminal Justice, Carly Jones. For the Masters of Science in Policing, Policy and Leadership, Anthony Cheeseman. Russ Massey. Kimberly May. Samuel Senabula. Emily Smith. With distinction, Giles Whedon. Matthew Wheatley. Stephen Barber. For the Masters of Science in Security Management, Stephen Blunston. Douglas Bright. Leon Cook. With distinction, Marco Gentil. James Gordon. Vinod Gupta. Chloe Ann Hardy. Walter Danana Kanjanda. Rebecca Lilly. Harrison Neymeka Nanja. Kieran O'Driscoll. Faraday Quadros. With distinction, Christopher Rodwell. Joel Rupo. Richard Scott. For the award of Masters of Engineering Geology, Fryad Salim. For the Masters of Science in Security Management, Stephen Blunston. For the Professional Doctorate in Criminal Justice, for an approved topic of professional research and development in policing the police and crime commissioners and evaluation of the effectiveness of the police and crime panels in holding the police and crime commissioners to account, Roy Bailey. For an approved topic of professional research and development in recidivism in the Irish Republic, a national perspective cohort study, Daniel Barry. For an approved topic of professional research and development in risky business, a study of exploring the relationship between harm and risk indicators in missing adult incidents, Naomi Eels. For an approved topic of professional research and development in developing professional resilience, the impact of working with violent offenders on criminal justice social workers working in Scotland, Dawn Gray. For an approved topic of professional research and development in plea bargaining in Montenegro, an examination of the workings of the current system of plea bargaining, Anna Grugovic. For an approved topic of professional research and development in A Force for Good, exploring the future of non-crime policing, Daryl Kenny. For an approved topic of professional research and development in designing a survivor-orientated restorative justice program for use in cases of sexual abuse and interpretive phenomenological analysis, Angela Marinara. For an approved topic of professional research and development in adolescent to parent violence and abuse, an investigation into the prevalence, associations and predictors in a community sample, Elizabeth MacLeod. For For an approved topic of professional research and development in Brothers in Arms, an exploration of the turning points in the life path of young males involved in firearms offending, Sue Pryor. For an approved topic of professional research and development in coercion, drug treatment and the criminal justice system, a service user's perspective, Marie Edith Tike. For an approved topic of professional research and development in information and intelligence sharing and the fight against fraud and intellectual property crime, challenges and strategies for professional practice, Carl Watson. For an approved topic of professional research and development in trauma of the quasi-prisoner, the voice of visitors denied access to the prison gates, Alaric Woodrow. For a professional doctorate in security risk management. For an approved topic of professional research and development in security practitioners' perspectives of the Alberta Basic Security Training Programme, Glenn Kitteringham. Doctor of Philosophy. For a programme of research in victim inequality and offender impunity, the asymmetric outcomes of motor insurance fraud, Stephen Evans. For a programme of research in deconstructing perceptions of same-sex domestic violence and abuse, a critical exploration of the perceptions from survivors and practitioners regarding access to protection, support and justice, Ryan Parker.
Please can you read Dennis's title?
Dennis Goff for the successful completion of a programme of research in voluntary sector actors in community justice, a case study of the St. Giles Trust and ex-offender peer mentoring, Dennis Goff. For the award of Master of Arts in Applied Linguistics and Teaching English to speakers of other languages, with distinction, awarded posthumously, Sarah Pender. This concludes the presentation of students from the Institute of Criminal Justice Studies and today's ceremony.
Today, of course, is all about our students, and so I think it's now appropriate that we hear from one of them. Chancellor, I present to you, I've got to get the right name here. I present to you Paraskevi Markatu to respond on behalf of the graduates.
Chancellor, Vice-Chancellor, honored guests, ladies and gentlemen, it is my privilege and my honor to be here with you today. For those who don't know me, my name is Vivi Markatou. Almost 2 years ago, I came to this university from Greece, following my dream to be an animator. Today I am proud to be graduating with my master's degree in computer animation, and I'm proud that for our efforts we are all one step closer to our dreams. Fellow graduates, family members and guests, many of you will also have come from different parts of all over the world to celebrate this very special moment. It is touching that we are all here, sharing this day together. It may have been a great effort for some of you to make it here today, and we are all very grateful. That being said, it is important to talk about why we are really here today, what we are all here to celebrate. Not a journey that lasts a day or a week, but a great undertaking for all of us, the graduates. This has been a long, hard trek, and many of us will have had times where we thought we wouldn't make it. I know I did. When I started on this journey, I had many moments where I believed I wouldn't be here graduating with you today. But none of us gave up. We all found ways to keep going. My grandma used to quote me a poem from the great Greek writer, Konstantin Kavafi. The title of this poem is Ithaca, and derives from the myth of Odysseus and his journey back to his island. In the poem, it is celebrated the greatness of the journey. In Greek, it goes like this. Σαν βγεις στον πηγεμό για την Ιθάκη, να εύχεσαι να είναι μακρύς ο δρόμος, γεμάτος περιπέτειες, γεμάτος γνώσεις. In English it is. As you set out for Ithaca, hope the voyage is a long one, full of adventure, full of discovery. My grandma always used to say, aim for the journey, for the experiences, for the discovery. And she was right. The university life is a great journey, full of unexpected surprises, paths and things you would never find otherwise. Love, mystery, knowledge, depression, passion, sadness, happiness. But above all, it was a great experience. All these things that came into our lives helped give us the courage or the power to stand on our own feet. This journey has been worth far more than any destination. That poem for me helped me to make it through the difficulties. Each of us had our own difficulties and our own ways to deal with them. Some of us found strength in our friends, while some of us, many, have found strength within ourselves, resolve we never knew we had. I can only speak for myself, but for me it was stories. I am a storyteller in heart. I love all my characters and all of their little tales. One of them, and I don't know where it could have pulled it from, was a little girl with her big glasses. Sorry. And a suitcase full of dreams. She passed many difficulties, but she stayed strong until the end, and she made it. Sorry. She has to be a strong girl, and I guess she might be proud I talk about her right now, as we're all proud of making it. I have no doubt many of you have similar stories. It is easy to forget at a time like this that we all arrived here in spite of the struggles and the difficulties we faced. Life and all the messy struggles that come with it do not come on a pause just because there is an essay to write. We should all be incredibly proud because we made it through our own difficulties along this road. As Martin Luther King said, nothing worthwhile is gained without sacrifice. On behalf of us all, I would like to thank all those who supported us in our studies, who played an important role, the people who had our backs every step of the way. The university and its staff, of course the lecturers, but also the librarians, the receptionists, and everybody else who helped us working in the background. For me personally, there are staff within the university I owe special mention. I would like to thank the university's chaplaincy, Simon, Chris, Angela, and Andy. I would like to thank academic skills, and especially Martin Hampton for his tireless supervision. And finally, I would like to thank the Wellbeing Services and the graduation team for helping us make sure today runs smoothly. Today is a celebration and a new beginning. The university was a stop and not a destination. Now we all have to set out for our journey towards our dreams and our bright future. To find ourselves out there, it's all about finding yourself, whatever you choose to do in your life, in every aspect of your life, be it professional or personal. There is so much to explore and to learn. Aim for the journey and live every moment in your life. Tomorrow is on your doorstep, and it's a brand new day full of promises and new adventures. Thank you.
Graduates and honoured guests, my deepest congratulations to all of you. This is an immensely proud day for you, your friends and your families, and I am absolutely honoured to be sharing it with you as your Chancellor. I myself have sat where you are today as I am an alumna of the University of Portsmouth, being a geography graduate. Even though it was a long quarter of a century ago, I still remember how emotional this day is and the smiling faces of my own mother and late father as my name was called out to collect my certificate. Their very visible sense of joy and pride was infectious. Myself and my sister were the first generation in our family to go to university, and this may be true for some of you today also. You are pioneers. Your families and your friends will be bursting with pride. You should all be bursting with pride. Your time at the university will be a big, big part of who you go on to become and what you go on to achieve. You leave today at least a foot taller than when you arrived. And I hope your time at the university has helped you to unlock your true potential and to fuel your self-belief as it did with me. The friendships that you have formed during your time at Portsmouth, please, please hold dear. These friends are your ready-made cheerleaders. The lessons you've been taught whilst at the university, please remember. These are your compass. You today leave university and walk out into a world that may seem uncertain. A world of work which has been utterly transformed. You will need to use your head and your heart, but most of all, please trust your gut. Always trust your gut. You will need to be strong and be resilient. You are equipped to deal with change. You've absolutely got this. Most importantly, though, I want you to find your purpose. I want you to find your happy. This may not be immediate right now or even front of mind, given the joy of graduating and the immense euphoria you are feeling having just graduated. It is, however, important. Your purpose will guide you through life and ensure you grab life with both hands and be successful in whatever you choose to do. You have the potential to make the world a much happier place and to make people feel as though they belong. I wish you Godspeed and good luck. I wish you a happy and fulfilling life. Now, I want you to go out into the world and change it for the better. You are an agent of change, and I am counting on each and every one of you. Thank you. Now, as well as adding my congratulations to all the graduates, I also want to add my congratulations to all of those that have supported them while they have been studying at the university. I now declare this congregation closed. Please be upstanding for the academic procession.